Is this working? Am I live? Let's go! Is it working? Am I live? I think it says I'm live. Oh, okay, I must be live. Hello. Surprise. Welcome to my stream. Volume very low, eh? Let's see if we can fix that. Da-ba-da. Da-da-da. Is that better? Is that too loud now? Okay, how's it going, everybody? Let me see. I gotta get my stuff in order. Hello. I have a old transcription of the Hyrule field theme from Twilight Princess. I think this is as loud as I can go on my end, personally. I personally feel that this is as loud as I can go. Yeah, so I have this old... Actually, the very first video I ever made for the channel was about the different Hyrule field themes throughout the Zelda series. And this is back before I had done tons of transcribing. I'd done a little bit, but I wasn't very good. And so I ended up taking... I have like a piano book, a Zelda piano book. And so I would use that to help me transcribe the tunes. Like, look at the piano arrangement and, oh, okay, so this is probably the bass note. Oh, yeah, that checks out, that kind of thing. And then I wanted to use this same tune in the sus chord video that I made recently. And I pulled up my old transcription and, was using it. And then listening to the track now with my current ear ability, current hearing ability, transcription ability, I was going like, oh, this transcription is all wrong, like completely wrong and all messed up. So I fixed the part that needed to be fixed to be in the video. And then I thought, I can't just throw this transcription up to my lovely, handsome, super smart supporters on Patreon without fixing it. So I'll fix it before I throw it up. And this is, of course, right around Christmas time, so I'm only getting to it now. But as I said, why not do it live? Let's do it live. I'm going to fix this transcription, see what's wrong with it. It's very long, so it might take a while, but, if you want to watch me do that, come on in. Ask some questions if you have questions. Make fun of me when I get things wrong. That's the plan. So, I already fixed the first 4 bars or so, I think. So let's see. Let's listen along, or maybe we should listen to this version. Oh, that's probably super quiet. Hey, I wonder if there's a way to. There's already something missing there. I can tell because I have listened to this tune 100 times. I do not have a music theory degree. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. I don't have a music theory degree. I have a jazz performance degree. A jazz performance requires some music theory knowledge, so it's not nothing. But this is Sibelius. This is what I use to notate music and transcribe and all that. Sibelius has a bad reputation. Actually, I don't know. Does Sibelius have a bad reputation? When I was in school, everyone was mad about it because they switched to a subscription model, and I think they switched back because everyone was mad about it. So, but I don't know. I can't remember. Hello. Oh, from Japan? That's amazing. Welcome to my Canadian live stream. I went to the University of Manitoba up in Manitoba, Canada, where I live because I lived there. It was great though, actually. I can't throw any shade. The profs were great. I learned a lot. Great program. The other students were great. You know, love it. Highly recommend. Oh yeah, I was gonna listen to the tune. So here we go. Gotta get those flute trills, or not trills, flute runs. Oh, go away. Okay. So we'll make that the second voice. Probably starts on a B, right? Make it Q-sized. I love making things Q-sized. Ooh, what is it? It sounds like just arpeggios. Hello. Oh, there's so many people here. Hi, everyone. Buds. Oh, it's harmonized. But it sounds like it's harmonized. It's probably doing... It's probably like this kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like just going down an arpeggio, following a pattern. I don't think this is right, but I'm just gonna put it and then we'll fix it. Dee bomb bomb, something like that. You know what I mean? Something like that. Let's see. Let's see how far off I am. Bomb. Yeah. That's right. Oh, it's just on beat 2. That's what I'm missing here. Ba, boom, boom, boom. So this will do that. Okay. Then I don't know what the last note is. Let's see. I don't know. It's hard to tell because there's 2 notes. It's a harmonized line, so it's hard to tell which one on such a fast flute line. I should have opened this up in something I could slow it down on. I'm just playing it on like a I don't know what you call it. On a KH Insider. That's where I find a lot of game music. And they have a little browser player thing, but let me answer some questions here. There's some more questions. Benefits of Sibelius versus MuseScore. I don't know. This is the thing where I haven't used MuseScore very much because I owned Sibelius. Like I bought Sibelius back when MuseScore was garbage, and now it's supposed to be a lot better. And I have used it a couple times since it was supposed to be, it's supposed to improved. I have used MuseScore a couple of times since it has, how do you say that? Since it's supposed to have improved? That sounds so awkward. Since it's improved. And I don't know if it's just that I'm too Sibelius pilled, if I'm too used to the interface. Like just trying to learn any new interface is annoying, but I was missing Sibelius, so it's one of those things though. Like I've spent probably 1,000 hours using Sibelius, so using anything else is gonna suck for me, even if Sibelius is better objectively than MuseScore, is it like whatever $500 better? Probably not. So I'm not gonna tell anyone to use whatever software I use. Just use what you can get your hands on and spend enough time with it that it feels easy to use, Let's see. Okay. The chat scrolled up and I lost my place. If I missed your question, sorry. Guitar Pro. I used to use Guitar Pro a lot when I was a kid, actually. Since it's supposed improvement. That's the way you'd say it. Oh, thank you. I didn't get an English degree, that's for sure. Some nice comments. Since improvements were made. Oh, excuse me. Since it's supposed to have improved. I think that's what I was trying to say. Anyway. I think it's that. So yeah, I think the bottom flute voice is like skipping a chord tone down. Like this. Going down the B7 chord. That ends on the right place. So it's and then I think I heard it resolve to a E minor. Maybe not. Like that? Does it do that? Let's see. That sounds right. Close enough. We'll go with that. You can't get too hung up on getting every note exactly right. If the spirit is there, it's not worth spending 40 hours on one transcription. It's so funny. Every time I put my face online, I get comments saying like, "Wow, face reveal." Like this, I've revealed it. It's not in any of my main videos, but that's just because I don't know. It doesn't need to be. Let's see. Yes, you should definitely refinance your mortgage. It's very important that you own Sibelius. It's very, very important. That's an interesting question. Was Twilight Princess the last main console Zelda game to use MIDI instead of audio files / premixed tracks? Yes. Because it was the Wii era where they started like just recording an orchestra and doing that for the soundtrack. Like Super Mario Galaxy was, I think, correct me if I'm wrong. I think the first big Nintendo game where they were like, it was definitely the first Mario game where they're doing the recorded orchestral soundtrack. And then Skyward Sword 2 was that was a big deal that they had the big orchestral soundtrack. Yeah, so it was like the Wii era where they transitioned out of the MIDI programmed music. But the soundtrack, the Twilight Princess soundtrack sounds great. Like it doesn't, you can still kind of tell, obviously, but I don't know. It has so much charm. And it doesn't sound like the Ocarina of Time soundtrack, really, you can tell, like it sounds very MIDI. But the Wind Waker and Twilight Princess soundtracks sound great. I really like the way they sound, like just the audio quality of them. I'm not a huge audio guy, though. I don't know much about it, to be honest. I'm more of a music theory person. Okay, we're 20 seconds in. Let's see if we can get farther. Wait, this looks right. Let's play it back and see. Except, why is this a new section? That should not be a new section. If anything, this should be the new section, but I'm not going to do that. Okay, let's play it back and see if it sounds right. Sounds good to me. Okay, let's see. Actually, let me check that accompaniment part. I want to make sure that's right. It was close. I think that might be wrong. Let's see. No, I think that's right. Yeah, that's right. I think that's right. Ooh. Okay, okay. Oh yeah, okay. Let me check on the bass too. I'm not being very interesting right now, but yeah. Oh, but this is supposed to be triplets. Okay, let's take a little chat break. This is awkward. I guess this is fine. I was thinking I always like to have 4 bars on a line, like so, but this is a little cramped, and then there's like an extra 2 bars in the form here anyway, so yeah, okay, I'll leave it 3 bars on line. This isn't as bad as I thought. G to G sharp to A. A sharp is like, I hate to see that, but resolves to B minor, so it is correct. This is Sibelius for everyone who missed that answer before. Let me see. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I just posted a video all about secondary dominance, if anyone's interested in that. If it's descending thirds, so here's a chat question. If you have a sequence in C and it's descending thirds, do you do C to A or C to E? C to A, because it's moving down a third. Descending. Oh, is the HD remake? Did they re-record the whole soundtrack? I didn't know that. I played the HD remake, but it was a long time ago now. Back in the Wii U days, the ancient Wii U era. Whoa, hold on. Oh, I think I know what happened here. This is skipping. This is way far ahead here. Oh, there's I had the flute line over here. That's funny. What was I doing back then? Where am I? Where are we here? Okay, hold on. I think this is a situation where the Hyrule Field theme in game plays in a not set order. That's how it worked in Ocarina of Time. So I don't know for sure. I assume that's what happens in Twilight Princess too, because I know online there are different versions that have a different structure, where some go into this. And then some skip right to the part that we skipped to, which is somewhere in this transcription, I'm sure. Ah. That part. I had fixed up this part for the video, the sus chord video, so I know it's correct. So sick. I love the key change. Well, what do I do about this? Do I find a different version? Or what? Let me see. I wonder, the version I was working off of originally is probably Gilva Sunners, which is probably taken down now. So, but I think there is an official YouTube upload of this track on Nintendo's channel. I think I saw that. And it's this. Hyrule field theme. All right. Do I recommend reading any music theory book to know as much music theory as you? No. No, I don't know. I get asked about like book recommendations a lot, and it's kind of I feel like a bit of a tool being like, I can't read. No. Like I didn't learn how to do this from reading any books. There's a book. There's a book about the Beatles songwriting called "Songwriting Secrets of the Beatles" by Dominic Pedler, and it's this huge, thick book, and it really is just a music theory book that goes from what chords are in a key to not super advanced, but as advanced music theory as the Beatles were using in their music, like some modal stuff and borrowed chords and stuff like that. And that was a huge inspiration on the channel, like the idea of taking approachable music and breaking down the theory of like what is happening. And he it was written in a more casual way than a lot of music theory textbooks. So that was a big inspiration, but it didn't like teach me any music theory concepts as much as it taught me how to think about the music theory concepts, like relating everything to the sound of the song that the concept was used in, like that emphasis. I'd say I learned from that book. But as far as like learning about music theory through a book, I don't have a lot of recommendations. Like I don't have a lot of stuff that I've read. Like in school we did, worked out textbooks and stuff, but it's like, I'm not going to tell you to buy a textbook and sit down and read it, Mark Levine's jazz piano book has some cool jazz theory concepts. Actually, that's probably like the only actual like theory textbook that I really worked through. I had to take classical theory classes too, but those were always pretty slow, to be honest. Like the jazz theory was a lot more advanced than the classical theory. I think there's more of, like, if you're improvising, you have to have a stronger grasp of theory than you do if you're a classical musician, like learning a piece and working on performing it. I'm not trying to trash on classical musicians. It's just a different skill set. Like you can perform a piece of music that, out of a score and work on it and bring it to life without knowing what a Phrygian scale is. You know what I mean? Okay, so what? Let me see what other questions we have here. Working on a PhD. Oh, thank you very much. Some nice comments. My thoughts on the Switch 2 announcement. Very funny that they were just like, here it is, the Switch 2. Like after how many years of, are they gonna announce the Switch 2? I think because the original Switch was such a huge announcement, and they made a big deal and had a big, press conference, and you saw the guy shake the HD Rumble, how many ice cubes are in the glass or whatever it was. And that was so awesome. But then it's like, of course the Switch 2 is not going to be as big a reveal, because it's like, yeah, it's another one. It's the next Switch. And I know, I'm glad they're not making the Wii U mistake by calling it like Switch X or something. Or, some cheeky name. And then nobody knows that it's a new console. So hopefully people buy this one. I mean, it looks cool. I don't know if I'll get one right away. I'm obviously going to get one. Who am I kidding? I'll get one when they announce that whatever the next Mario or Zelda is. Oh yeah, man. The D minor, the D sus. You want it to do this. Let's do a little game here. I'm kind of over fixing this transcription right now. So this is how it sounds. All right, let's do the lead up to it. Oh, D minor? Are you kidding me? I talked about that a lot in that sus chord video I did. But if it did what we kind of expect it to do. Whoa, not that. it would be like this. Oh, like that sounds great. That sounds great. So cheery. So nice. And heroic too. The D minor there is just devastating. Let's see. Let me see. Hold on. The switch. Oh, yeah. Okay. Committing to a transcription and actually finishing it eventually. That's a good question. How do you do that? Is the question. I mean, I say this as someone who's about to bail on this transcription right now. But the key is to don't commit to the highest resolution transcription. Like, understand that any transcription is an approximation of what's happening. The most detailed musical score is leaving out a lot of detail that's in the actual audio, you know? Like, so if we take this, I even put in some like staccatos and slur marks the first time around when I, doing this transcription way back. I don't really do that anymore, unless it's like really vital to the sound of the music. But like, this should be slurred, It would be more accurate of a transcription if I slurred this bar. And, I'm not writing down, how the violins are playing. I'm not putting dynamic marks, this could be a lot more accurate. There could be a lot more detail in the transcription. But that wouldn't, it's diminishing returns on what these details add to your transcription. So, okay, let me do this. This is turning into office hours. Load up my transcription template I made while I was transcribing Super Mario RPG, and so now everything starts off with this title. If you're going to transcribe, say, I don't know, like the Super Mario Brothers theme. Da 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 do da da bomb. You gotta know this off the top of your head if you're gonna be a music theory video game YouTuber. That's part of the job description. Like, this is accurate. This is what the intro is, but it's not completely accurate. It's missing out a lot of the details. So it really is. I think it's this. Like that. And then the bass is doing bum 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 or something. I don't know if that's right. But something like this, right? But that is not completely accurate. That's not a completely accurate transcription because this should be short probably, and that should be short. They're not perfect. I think they are perfectly straight actually. But say they were swung, da 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 da, bomb. You should really be writing it like, this. Like, you have to make some concessions somewhere. So just decide to make your concessions earlier in the process if you're having trouble finishing transcriptions. This is a very long-winded answer. If you're like, I never finish my transcriptions, then leave it at just the melody. Like, if I brought you this and said this is a transcription of the Super Mario Bros. Intro, you look at it and you go, yeah, it is. It's missing the bass line. Okay. Doesn't mean that's not a transcription of the Super Mario Bros. Melody. And when you are making a transcription and you're annoyed, you're like, I'm done my transcription. But I'm annoyed. I want to have the bass line in there. Like, when you have that feeling, that's the right time to start adding in the bass line to stuff, Like, take it easy. Do you gotta work in a way where you can transcribe like a million things in your life. It's better to just like transcribe a million things and finish transcribing them and have them be various degrees of accurate or detailed than to just be like banging your head against the wall on one transcription for months and months. That's my take anyway. Oh, I've never heard of using a Stream Deck with Notation Express. That sounds cool. I'll have to look into that. Lots of nice things people are saying. Very cool. I'm not going to make it out to MagFest this year, unfortunately. It's been a while since I've been, actually. I should try it. Next year, I'm going to try and make it out. But it's tough. It's far away, and I have little kids, so it's tough to leave for any amount of time. Have you ever thought of making a video about instrumentation sound picking? Yeah, I mean, that's not really my strong suit. I think there's a kind of, to go back to jazz versus classical fighting, there's I don't know. I feel like there's two types of people. The jazz type of people are more about the math of it and more about like, oh, if you can, imply an A flat minor over a G7 sound and blah, blah, blah. Whereas the classical type of person is a lot more focused on timbre and like, oh, the sound of the flute playing with the clarinet in this register, da-da-da-da. And both are equally nerdy and both are equally deep fields. And both are equally kind of inscrutable to the other side, I think. Where classical people will be like, oh, but his sax tone is so horrible. And jazz people will be like, what are you talking about? He's playing such cool scales, And I'm definitely in the jazz camp where I'm like, the sound design thing kind of goes over my head. Like, I'm not super deep into that. I know enough to know, I can get by. But I definitely wouldn't feel like I'm the right person for the job to be making videos about like, here's why you should choose this sound over that sound, Let's see. I need to get glasses. How do you approach ear training for arranging? For arranging that's a good question. Ear training for arranging, because arranging does come down to math a lot of the time. I've been doing a ton of arranging lately. Video game stuff for a project that I'm putting out this year, which is going to be exciting. I don't know. I feel like a lot of it is like listening to arrangements and kind of thinking about how you feel about them, Like, I guess what do you mean by arranging? Like, orchestration is kind of what I think of when I hear arranging, but that's not all it is. It's also like changing sections around and that kind of thing. So yeah, I don't know. Listen to a lot of music and think about, or like write down stuff that you like about, like what I've done. I might have it around here. No, maybe not. I've done a lot of writing down, like analyzing the forms of like prog rock songs that I like I listen to a lot of Yes, and I've done a lot of like writing down, okay, they go to this section, they bring this section back here, and then they go there, and then just to see like how do you write a 12-minute long piece of music, how do you write a 12-minute long song? There's lots of jazz that's 12 minutes long, but it's because people are improvising for 10 minutes. So like a large scale structure like that, when I was trying to work out how that happens, I did a lot of not transcribing, but listening and writing down and analyzing. And you can do the same thing with not writing anything down, like not writing any notes down, but just listening and writing down on paper, like, okay, it starts with one horn playing the melody. Oh, and then the next section they add in whatever trombone pads or whatever, you know what I mean? It's dependent on the kind of music you're making, obviously, what type of arranging you're going to be doing. So I can't give super specific advice. But yeah, listening and taking notes. And I've done that, like, so I was arranging some, do you guys want to see a big band arrangement that I'm working on? I'm gonna, let's see, open see. Big band. Here we go. Okay. I think this is it. Yeah. So I arranged the Wii Sports theme for Big Band. And I'm not like, at this point today, I've arranged a couple of things for Big Band. I'm not very experienced in it. And I don't listen to a ton of big band music either. I like really small ensemble stuff. So I was kind of lost when I started trying to work on this type of thing. And what I ended up doing is listening to a bunch of big band, very, like, you know, stuff that kind of sounded like the Wii Sports theme, stuff that kind of sounded like what I wanted it to sound like. And I would made notes of like, okay, for the first 8 bars, here's who has the melody, here's what the accompaniment is doing, you know, for the next 8 bars, here, for the next whatever. And I bought a couple big band scores to look at and see like exactly what was happening. And then I would just like go to this list anytime I was stuck on the arrangement. Like, okay, well, what happens now? Well, here I have a list of like 10 different potential layouts for the score, 10 different potential, like who has the melody, who is accompanying, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So I'll show you, like, I'll play a little bit of this for you. Let's see. I do not have perfect pitch. I have just transcribed a bunch. Okay, there's other questions, but I don't want to get distracted again. Let's see. Hopefully this isn't super quiet. Oh, it probably is. There we go. And then that's the solo section, which has no MIDI because it's all slashes. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. It was very, very much like, I don't know. There's looking at other arrangements and seeing stuff where you go, oh, the trombones are like just playing 2 notes, you know, not 4. There's 4 trombones, but the top 2 are playing the same note and the bottom 2 are playing the same note. Stuff like that was not intuitive to me, where you have like a 15-piece band, 15-piece horn section, and you just think like, oh, so it needs to be 15-note chords all the time, you know, or like everyone should be playing all the time. It's like, no, if you listen to big band music, there's very little of that actually happening. Like the trumpets are unison a lot of the time. And so I tried writing the trumpets in unison instead of harmonizing everything out, and all of a sudden it sounded good. I'm like, oh, okay, so that's, you know, that was the problem. Oh, okay. So stuff like that. Hey, Andy. How's it going? Yes, I like the Wii Sports from Wii Sports, just in case you were curious where it's from. Oh, yeah. Good times playing this in a bowling alley. I might play at that bowling alley again soon, actually. Because that was a fun gig. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about now. I don't know what I'm doing. How are you guys doing? I think I might have to go eat some lunch soon. Any other questions before I leave? Okay, wait. Someone talked about scrolling. How do I make ideas for chord progressions? Steal them. My live schedule. Very optimistic of you to assume I have a live schedule. I would like to do this more often. There are not enough timpanis. I don't know. I hesitate to commit to a schedule because I know I will fail. I will break it. But that's probably a smarter way to do it. I'll see. If I can do this, if I can stream 4 times in 1 month, then I'll say, okay, I can commit to a schedule. But we'll see. I do play instruments. I play the drums. I play a little bit of piano. I play some guitar and some bass. Drums are the only one that I'm like actually okay at though. Excuse me. Opinion on Philip Glass. I'm not big into minimalism just because I like a little more stuff happening in my music. I like my music a little more maximalist, I guess. Like when it's like a very cool vibe that doesn't change for 20 minutes, I'm really into it for like a minute and a half. And then I'm like, okay, let's do something else. But, just because I'm not smart enough for it, I'm not trying to say that I'm better than them or anything. Yes, in the Dissecting a Melody video that came out earlier, some comment mentioned that I was explaining Schenkerian analysis. Can that be used to create melodies instead of just analysis? I think, yeah, it can, in theory. But I don't know. I think melody, you can always kind of tell when it's been derived via a formula. The best melodies ever written were written I don't know what the right word is, not subconsciously. Written from a more spiritual place, you're well, actually, no, that's not true. John Williams has said that he'll go through a melody and he'll make 1 million variations of every note. He'll change a little bit and then he'll change it a little bit more and, just really dial in, to make his theme perfect, find the perfect version of his idea. And that clearly works because his themes are perfect. So I'm not going to say you have to just feel it, man. No, you don't have to just feel it. You can definitely use Schenkerian analysis to make a melody. But then the question is why would you do that? It's probably faster to try and hear things out, or you're going to have to hear out or decide on the structure that the Schenkerian structure that you're going to detail out into the melody later. How are you going to do that? Yeah, you can definitely do that if that works for you. Try it out, and if it works for you, great. And if it's tedious, then don't do it anymore. Nice comments. When I was in university, whenever anyone would give me or my friends a compliment, we'd go, compliment blockers. Jazz musicians are the worst at taking compliments. The worst in the world. We're someone will come up to you after the show and go, oh, you sounded great, man. And we'll go, no, I didn't. That was shit. Horrible. Compliment blocked. And to this day, I see nice comments and I go, huh, just kidding. Any tips on transcription? Okay, I'm going to end off with some transcription tips. What's a good way to give transcription tips? I guess actually transcribe something. What should I transcribe? Something easy. Maybe someone give me an example or something. I don't know, like Pokemon music or something. Let's see. Or I don't know. Something that I don't already know super well so that I can actually transcribe it. Route 201. I've transcribed the whole NES Metroid soundtrack. Unfortunately, I will not be able to give an unbiased, fresh transcription of that. Route 201. Oh, this is from Diamond? Okay, I don't know the soundtrack very well.
I love my life.
I love my life. And I love watching ads on YouTube. Okay, here we go. The first tip is to like listen to the whole thing. I always forget to do this, but it's way easier if you just listen to it and like soak it in and then go back and start trying to transcribe. I'm going to change the title here to Route 201. Route 201 from, oops. Brilliant. Pearl. I don't know who composed this. Oh, Hitomi Sato. It says right there. Boom, beautiful. Got the. Okay, that's enough soaking in. Bum bum. So the first element that stands out to me is the bum bum in the bass. Dum dum, dum dum. I'm gonna ignore the dum dum beep boom dum dum beep boom because I can't hear what those notes are like immediately. I'm just gonna get something down. It's a C. Bum bum, bum bum, bum bum, bum bum, and then we're into the melody, I believe, if memory serves. You know what? I'm going to start with the bass line. Normally I start with the melody. Maybe I should start with the melody, but I'm really feeling the bass line today. It's standing out to me. Boom, 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 boom. Now this will, like, I can do this really fast because I've done this a lot. It'll take you longer to go, okay, the first note's a C, bum, bum. And what's that one? And the next one? Is it an F? No, it's not. Oh, is it a D? No, it's not. Oh, it's an E. You know, that's okay. It's okay for it to take a long time, but I'm speedrunning this part. Excuse me. Where were we? Okay, hold on. So then it turns into boom, 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 something like that, right? I'm just following the bass line, trying to get the bass line for the whole section down. Then we'll go back and we'll add in the other stuff. So another thing that's important to watch out for is when phrases repeat. Like you could hear the bass line just repeated exactly. So you can really easily just copy paste that. That's nice. Also sing it. If you're having trouble finding the notes, make sure you can sing it before you even try. Ooh, doo, doo, doo. Is that what it was? Oh, okay, I had it wrong. Doo, dee, oh, boom. And it's probably going to repeat that. Oh, no. I see. I think it does that. Yeah. Let's find out. Another trick. Just write down whatever you thought it was as fast as you can and then go back and fix it. Because it's easier to fix a wrong transcription. My Twilight Princess transcription not included than to pull the notes correctly out of nothing. Yeah. I don't know if it was like that. And then back to the A section. So that's as much as I'm going to transcribe of this because I am hungry and I want to eat lunch. But we'll go back. Beam bum, beam bum. I think it was that. There's two notes again here. Boo. Hold on. I could hear the second of those notes, but I missed the first one. Bum. That's a G. Again, I missed the first one of those, but it's probably like this kind of thing. Sorry, I shouldn't be making theoretical assumptions. I should be teaching how to transcribe, teaching a method. Okay, so I think that's what that is. Oh wait. Well, whatever. I'm already doing this. Okay. I was gonna say I should be doing the melody first. You gotta do the melody, you know, either the melody first or the bass line first and then the melody in this case. but usually the melody is like the easiest part to transcribe, and that's what you want to start with, and just have a map. If you have the melody of the whole tune transcribed, then you can just go in and fill in whatever else you can hear around it, and you like have something to hang it on, and then it's not just like an unfinished, half-finished transcription, you know, because that's a lot more stressful to work with. I think it's like that. Okay, this is what's going on here. The second one is only one note in these little answering string calls. But then the first note is two notes. That's what I'm hearing. And you can kind of hear the pattern. Bum, bum, bum. What was that note? Bum. Bum. It's probably that. Let's see. Does it sound right? I think so. No. What? Okay, well, hold on. Am I totally... I think it's doing this. Like, the repeating the bottom notes each time. That's so funny. It really sounded like it was jumping up, but... I don't know. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Bleep up up boop beep bum. That phrase is pretty easy to hear, but there's a little like doodly up, so I'll add that. Whoops. I don't know how many notes there were in the little doodly up. Oh, I see. It was just two. Whoops. Like that. Okay, I gotta speed this up a bit. Let me see. Metronome mark. I don't know, what tempo do you think it is? Where's my metronome? Bum, 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 bum. Maybe a little faster. Sounds like that. Sounds like something around 132, we'll say. Again, if it's not exactly right, I don't care. I'm not going to cry about it. Oh, this is wrong. Da bo da ba da, right? Again, how quick was that to fix the wrong phrase? So fast. Boom. Boom bop. Ya do da 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 dum. Oops. Ya do da 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 dum. Baby, baby, bop 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 bop. I think it goes down there, right? Oh. Oops. Jagadagado. And then strings come in with a little jigadigadom. So we gotta put that in. Using multiple voices on Sibelius is so fun. It's my favorite thing. Okay. Bum 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 bum. That's the same? Oh no, it's not the same. It's similar to this run, but it's not quite the same. I've been really challenging myself to like remember more instead of like clicking play and hearing one note and then pausing and then finding that note and then clicking play and then hearing a note and pausing and finding that note. I've been challenging myself more in the last couple of years to like let it play a few measures and remember and be able to notate the few measures. And it's tough. Like it sucks a lot. But you got to push yourself. And then when you push yourself and do that more, then you get better at it and then it sucks less. And I'm still not great at it, but clearly. And then this was another, here, I'll put this as the second voice so that we can tell that it's a new voice coming in. Like that, I think, is what's happening. It's probably going to be a repetition of this phrase or some variation on it. Pay attention to where the notes cut off on a big held note like that. Oh, I was wrong. Dee-doo. It anticipates that beat. So it actually cuts off. Like that probably would be the most accurate way to transcribe it. But as I was saying before, you know, there's I don't know, there's such a thing as too much detail. What is the transcription for? Oh, I haven't saved my work. Oh, this whole thing could come crashing down at any moment. But guess what? I'm something of a bad boy. I'm something of a risk taker. Not normally. I normally compulsively control S, but so let's see. Now, you know, not to brag, but I could fill in the chord symbols right now just based on vibes alone. But instead of doing that, I'm going to try and transcribe some of the inner voices. Yeah, I'll save the stream on my channel. You'll have to skip through the first half where I'm not doing this. But that should be easy enough to do. Maybe I can timestamp it. Sibelius. Okay, I missed a couple questions here. I've missed one question. The Sibelius. Does Sibelius have the ability to isolate you to scales like the minor pentatonic? I don't think so, no. It just says, come on in, put on whatever notes you want to put on. You could write out the pentatonic scale up top and then like use that as reference to make sure you're staying in the pentatonic scale if you're, you know, if that's important to you. So there's a harmony on the melody. And it sounds like it's just a third below, with the exception of this G, which is just there to keep it in the C chord, because this is a C chord. I think, you know, C in the bass, very C major E. We can confidently write K, C. No, we can confidently write C and a little C over E for the bass. If we follow the bass, we got F next. We'll see if that, you know, turns out to be true. Oh. A lot of the times, I'll just be able to pick out, like, the last note of a phrase. And the first note. And then when you put those in and listen to it again, it's a lot easier to... Like, when you know where the line is going, it's a lot easier to transcribe it. I think that's what it was. Let's see. I'm confident. Nice. Bottom line is vibraphone, I'm guessing, and top line is flute. If you feel so led, you could put these in different instruments. That can sometimes be easier to transcribe if you can hear the sounds that you're transcribing, but I'm not going to do that. This is C again, of course, and I was right about the F. And then again, this is going to be F, C, F, G, like it's following the bass. And I'm just gonna put in what would theoretically make sense for these harmonies. Something like that. So he goes down there again, same way that he did here. So probably is gonna do this. Yeah. Oops. Is that another vibraphone or is that the same part? It must be the same part. Here, I'm gonna put the vibraphone in voice 2 here. Because it goes down more. So then this is definitely going to be incorrect. This harmonization that I guessed at, that I hypothesized. Ah, this one. Oops. Walks up to the 5 like that. That's fun. Now I'm leaving out a lot. Especially here. There's a lot going on that I'm not going to fill in. Because that would be too much detail for me to want to finish the transcription. And the important thing is finishing. Oh wait, this guy keeps going up. Ah, but then I'm dealing with 3 voices. Well, let's see. Maybe I can do like... That looks so messy. Maybe what I'll do is make this voice 3 and this voice 2. Oh no. I should have done this the other order. Okay. This voice 1. This is a little high-level Sibelius problem solving for you. Get out of here. Okay. Make that voice 1. Where did voice 3 go? Oh, I see. That looks so awkward. Okay. Oh no. Getting 3 voices on one staff is a lot to take on, but let's see. I might have to just say, you know, like the fact that this voice and the strings are hitting the same note, it's like of course you're not gonna be able to see one. Whatever. I'm leaving it like that. I think the vibraphone goes up to another note, like maybe. That looks really messy though. I think that's what I'm hearing. I'm gonna trust my ears. So this is an F chord, moving to a C chord. You can see a very clear C arpeggio. No ambiguity there. F to G7, if this note is right. Could even put G9. The 9th is in the melody. But it's kind of like an appoggiatura, like it's bum bum. So it's not like part of the chord. I'm gonna leave it G7. When in doubt, leave your chords more simple than they actually are, I think. Thanks for coming to watch. Enjoy Breaking Bad. Well, let's get those, whoops. these chugging strings. Whoops. That's not what I meant. Whoops. We are farmers. Bum, ba, dum, bum, 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 bum. Ooh. Do 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 do. Oops. I don't want to do that. You know what? Maybe I'll put this on the bass clef since it's a little low, and then we're not having the same 3 voice problem up here. Yes, this live is gonna stay on the channel. Yeah, man, coming up with adjectives for chords is so hard because it's like you have no idea how much of my script writing process is like just like googling thesaurus. Like I can't use the word mysterious 15 times in one script. Like I need new adjectives. But then when you find one that sounds exactly right, or you're like, that is how the chord sounds, it does sound splanky, it feels so good. I think it did this We Are Farmers thing again. Oh no! Okay. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. Okay. Oh, there's a nice little string counterline that comes in here. Something like that. Yeah. The strings are very muddy there. I can't really hear what they're doing. I think it's going there. Let's see. So this bar repeats. I gotta fill in this bar, and then this bar I'm hearing some mode mixture. I'm hearing some minor 4 action. Like not because there's an A in the natural, but there's something going on here. There's some weird note in there. Oh, I bet you it's like F minor, C over G, G, C. That's my guess is what's gonna happen. And then this is, if we follow the bass, yeah, G. This might be like an E minor 7 or something. I don't know. Okay, well, hold on. This is premature. There's something like that going on. It's like the melody is making me hear an A in the strings, but I don't think there's an A in the strings. It's really tough to hear what that first beat is, though. I'm hearing that in the lower strings. It's like that's not what's happening, but I might just leave it there so I can go eat lunch. maybe it is doubling the melody a little bit, you know? Is this a cop-out? I think that might be what it is. That's at least close enough that I won't, you know, I won't stress about it if it's wrong. This song is from Pokemon Brilliant Diamond / Shining Pearl. And this is a spur of the moment transcription request that I'm getting very into. More into than I was expecting to. Let's see. There's something on B4 too, isn't there? It's not that, but I don't know. I think it's something like this. I don't know. Okay, I'm leaving it there. I'm not letting myself care about this more than this. I wonder if this should be an octave down, actually. Yeah, definitely. Oh, I see. Yeah, this is doubling the melody down an octave in a different rhythm. That's nice. So that makes sense that it would continue. Maybe it's doing like... Well... It's hard because the strings are so like soft, like... not quiet soft, but like smudgy. That's not like sha-cha-cha-cha, you know, it's like... Like, okay, cool. What note was that? I don't like this though, because I want there to be more separation between like the string part and the melody part. So I'm not saving. I like to live on the edge. Something like this. That's what I'll do. And then so then this is probably something similar. I'm gonna guess it's like something like that. Let's see. Ooh, I don't know what I was hearing there. I don't hear any mode mixture at all now. Okay. This is what I'm hearing. I'm definitely hearing that bee bee ah in the string. Oh, and doubling this bass part up an octave. Hold on. That's just octave C. Okay. Oh, we gotta put the... Okay, hold on. We gotta put these in. Alright, hold on. Boom, boom. Oops. down. Now what's the top note of those? Oh, I see. It's like now it's actually playing the C. Oh, it's probably just the first note though, like before. Okay. Okay, let's see if this sounds right. Okay, that's a little quick. Hold on. Oh, I didn't put chord symbols on. That sounds right. Close enough to write for me. So we'll do F to C to G to C, F to C to G to C, F. That's kind of like C over F, which is nice. Should I put F major 9? I'll put C over F. C over G. No, I'll put G. Because like this beat is C over G, but it resolves to a G. C over G, E to C, C over F, oops, to G, there we go. I'm gonna put F over G. Maybe G7 sus. Cool. Okay, that's good enough for me, if it's good enough for you guys. Maybe I'll save it even. Is there really no better way for composing and arranging and transcribing than just manually putting in every single note? Of course not. How else would you do it? You could play it on piano, I guess. Like if you learn it to play it, you can do that. You don't have to write down your transcriptions. You can just learn how to play them by, listening to the recording. That's definitely valid. And then just record it or play it MIDI into a DAW or whatever. Sorry, it came in so hot with that response. But why no one does secondary dominance to this diminished 7 chord? Just would sound bad. Like if you're going from C to, like, what would the dominant 7 of a diminished chord be? If you're doing like C and you want to end on a B diminished chord and you approach it with a F sharp 7. Like gross. Or if you're thinking like, you know what I mean? Like a diminished scale doesn't have a 5 chord. It's a, I mean, not that this is being drawn from the diminished scale, I guess. You could say it, I don't know. There's no way to approach a diminished triad with like a satisfying resolution, because diminished triads are not resolved. They sound very dissonant inherently. Oh, someone answered it. Okay, sorry. Didn't need to go into that. Okay, thank you all for tuning in to my stream. Hopefully I'll do this again soon. And when I do, it'll be very sudden, I'm sure. And unscheduled. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.